So, Marian the Librarian is one of my favorite all-time songs, and I wanted to share it with you all. A few years ago, I used to do stuff with Google, and I have a friend of mine who works there, so that you all can see this amazing, great company here for a search engine online. Nevertheless, one of my friends works there, so I had to do a presentation on their behalf, and he asked me a question. I was like, oh, I don't know. Let me look in my book. I'll look it up. Let me get a book off of my bookshelf. And his reply was like, ha, 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 just like Marian the Librarian. And I said, oh, I don't know what you're talking about. I wasn't sure. I was very uncertain about this song at all. And because, and I'm going to give you a quick little secret, my real name is Miriam, but everybody calls me Marian sometimes. Not everybody, especially my uncle. My uncle calls me Marian every time I see him. And when he does, it always makes me think of this song because my friend, like I said, who works at Google, called me Marian the Librarian because at home, I have an amazing amount of books, an amazing amount of bookshelves, and it's extremely quiet. So when I told him I would look on the bookshelf, I think he thought of this song. And I like this song, and I've liked it ever since 2015, and I'll call it my favorite. Now, when you listen to this song, I want you to do a couple of things. I want you to listen to the instruments, because last week some of us had the chance to do something with some of the instruments. So make sure that you're paying attention. You're paying attention and you're listening out, and you're watching this song, because one thing that's really, really important while you're paying attention is how well Marian the Librarian also keeps focus and doesn't lose her concentration as she's doing her work. So that's really, really the biggest, most important part, along with all the other people, because this one guy is a total distraction. So, ears open, mouth closed.
It's all right. I know everything and it doesn't make any difference.
I know what you're talking about.
Mr. Madison, you were probably very young. Anyone can make a mistake.
What?
No apologies, no explanations. You see, I'll only be in town a short while, and a sadder but wiser girl for me.
Please make your selection and leave.
I have.
Quiet, listen.
What do you want to take out?
The librarian.
Quiet, please.
Quiet, please.
The librarian. You're not listening, Marian? Look. Marian. Marbles. 6 D's, 8 Aggies, a dozen Pee-wees, and one great big glassy with an American flag in the middle. I think I'll drop it.
No.
Madam Librarian. Oh, what can I do, my dear, to catch your ear? I love you madly, madly, Madam Librarian. Marian, heaven help us if the library caught on fire and the volunteer hose brigade men had to whisper the news to Madam Librarian. Oh, what can I say, my dear, to make it clear? I need you badly, badly, Madam Librarian. Marian, if I stumbled and I busted my whatchamacallit, I could lie on your floor unnoticed till my body had turned to real. Madam Librarian. Now in the moonlight, a man could sing it know that his darling had heard every word of his song with the moonlight helping along. But when I try in here to tell you, dear, I love you madly, madly, Madam Librarian, Marian is a long lost cause I can never win, for the civilized world accepts as unforgivable sin any talking out loud with any librarian such as Marian. Madam Librarian.
Okay, so Marian the Librarian had someone come into the library and he was a major distraction. The majority of the people who was also in the library told him to shush. Marian tried to keep her concentration. I think she did an excellent job. She still was able to stamp books out from the people who wanted to get a library book and put some library books back. And she even offered the person who was a distraction, this guy, a book, set him down, and tried to get him to read too. I thought it was an amazing job as a librarian, keeping her concentration and finishing her work, which is really, really important. And most of you were also sitting, concentrating, and listening, and being focused. Now, I'm waiting for a couple more people to see if they can join in so that I can ask some questions. All right, no squeaky toys no squeaky chairs with Miss M. No squeaky chairs in here, okay? No squeaky chairs in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, now, who can tell me one instrument they recognized in Marian the Librarian song? Tell me your name.
For sure.
What instrument did you hear?
Trumpet.
What instrument did you hear? And tell us your name.
Julian.
What instrument did you hear?
Drums.
What instrument did you hear?
My name is Kareem and I heard violin.
What instrument did you hear? And what is your name?
Piano. I heard the shaker.
The Shakers. Earlier today, we watched this video together, and I think someone knows the name of the Shakers, and he told me before. Joseph? Oh, Joseph's not in this class, but you know the answer? Tell me your name.
Gemma.
Gemma, what's the answer to what a shaker is called?
A chicken leg.
Not a chicken leg. No. You already answered. What's your name? What's the name of a shaker?
Maraca. Julian.
You said, say it again.
My name? Maraca.
Maraca. Last week we went over what a maraca is and we played the maraca. Shaker or chicken leg.